I'm Tarinishah and welcome to my Vogue Beauty Secrets. Waiting for the day I can say that. But hi, I'm Tarinishah and welcome to a Get Ready With Me plus an AMA. It feels so good to be saying this while sitting in the comfort of my home. I think it's been such a long time since I've done anything from my house, but I'm really loving it. I really like just sitting in front of the camera, just me and the camera and you, and just discussing and talking about things and doing my makeup because it's so therapeutic. But yeah, we're gonna do a little concert, Get Ready With Me plus answering your questions, because I'm going for a concert and I think it's been a while since I spoke to you guys on YouTube long format and actually had a conversation. So you know what, let's do this. So this is what my skin looks like right now. I've not done any skincare. I blow dried my hair without doing my skincare. Now my skin feels so dry and I never do that, but I really wanted to show you all my skincare routine right before I do my makeup. So yeah, let's get to it. First up, I like to use this toner. You've seen it probably all over Instagram. Everyone's obsessed with it. I have 2 big bottles of this and I just finished one and now it's the second one. I just take it on my hand. I just don't mind taking it on my hand, then put it together and then just dab on my face. I really like how fast it absorbs and makes my skin so soft. Next up, we're gonna do some quick barrier repair. I have this Bee Pollen Renewal Cream from Misha. I got this when I was in Korea and it works wonders. Literally, you will see how hydrated my skin looks as soon as I put this on it. Like, it feels so good. It's such a thick cream. If not this, then you can go in for any barrier repair cream. I feel it's super hydrating and acts as a great base for makeup, especially if you want that super dewy look. Of course, topping it all up with a sunscreen. It's by Vanilla & Co. It's their Aqua Sun Essence. I'm trying it for the first time, so I have no opinions already, but I can't open this because my hand is just so... Okay, got it. I always go in with a lightweight sunscreen because there's already a lot of moisturizer on my face. So I think because it's an essence, it'll be good and lightweight. I've taken 3 pumps because I think that should be like the 3-finger rule. Feels super lightweight, feels very not too runny, but lightweight. Always put sunscreen on your neck. Do not miss out on that, please. I don't think it's given me a white cast, but I think all these 3 together has really given me like plumpy, hydrated skin. You can probably see the difference from the before and after. You can see the little shine, the little plump. So I really believe that freshly done skincare makes a big difference before your makeup. Lastly, to make sure that my lips are hydrated as soon as I need to apply my lipstick, I'm using this Aquaphor tube. It's basically Vaseline, but I find it to be super hydrating. I got this from the States. I'm not sure if they have it here, but they swear by it. It's like their Vaseline. And I personally love it too. I think it's way thicker than Vaseline and it's more hydrating for my lips. But anyway, let's get on to the makeup and the questions. The first question is, why did you want to become an influencer? The thing is, I don't think any of us who became influencers during COVID were looking to become an influencer, because at that point in time it wasn't that solid of a career, if I can say. There were case studies such as Bhuvan Bam, Ashish Chanchlani, Prajakta Kohli. So I think all of us just started it out of the love of YouTube, and at least that's what I did, because I started on YouTube like 5 years ago. That was the first ever platform I was on, alongside like Musical.ly, TikTok, but I wasn't creating content there specifically. So yeah, I think I just started off, and then when I saw everything that is a part of it, at a point I was like, maybe I'm not made for this. But when I realized that my love purely lies in making content, I realized that I truly love being a creator. I wouldn't call myself an influencer. While content creators also influence in a certain kind of way and form, I think I'm more in the part where I like to create content, and if people are getting influenced by it, hopefully in a better way, then that's an add-on and I really love it. I was supposed to become an actuary and I was supposed to study statistics and economics and whatnot, and then I became marketing girl, and now I create content for a living, and I couldn't have asked for anything more. I'm truly grateful, never complaining about it again. For my primer, I want a dewy yet a long-lasting look, so I'm going to combine 2. I'm using this Fit Me one first and then going in with the Smashbox Photo Finish. The Fit Me one gives a dewy look and the Smashbox ensures that my makeup lasts the entire day. I really very sparsely use this because it's really expensive, but it works magic. So yeah, the combination. Next up, we're gonna start with some color correcting and concealing. I'm using this Bobbi Brown skin corrector stick. I usually use the LA Girl Pro Conceal one, which is in peach shade. It works great. I think for my dark circles, peach has always proven to be the best. And I'm just gonna apply it under my eyes and usually a little bit on my scars as well, to just ensure that they are corrected. And this is very hydrating, by the way. This stick is super pigmented and super hydrating, which I like. And it also has a magnetic, not bad. I think it works pretty good. It's thick also, but it glides easily, clearly blends well. So first time trying it, but no complaints. Okay, now I like to go in with the concealer first, and I really love this Huda Beauty concealer. It's in the shade Graham Cracker. I think it's a great shade for me, and I absolutely love how it blends. I just apply a little here, and here, and yeah, that's pretty much a little bit on my scars and areas where I want some extra coverage. And you'll see me blend it in with this Huda Beauty brush. I really love this because it truly like goes in the crevices of my under eye and just blends and buffs this out beautifully. I love the coverage and it's just so lightweight. Okay, next up, I can call it a drugstore find, but I don't know if it is. But this foundation is so affordable and so good. I don't know how I found it, but it was just there amongst my makeup, and I just tried it one day and I was like, oh my god, why haven't I been using this for a while? It's a great shade match. It stays on for a really long time and looks fabulous, and you will probably not be expecting this. It is the Rage for Coverage 24-Hour Foundation by Sugar Cosmetics. I didn't expect it either, but turns out it's great. So what I do is, and how I like to apply is, it's very thick when it comes out on your hand. So I like to take 3 dots like this and just heat it up on my fingers and just press it on my face. First off, you see the shade match. You see how you can't even see that it's on me. And you see how it kind of mattifies the excess oil on my face, but also looks kind of dewy. And the coverage and the shade matte, I just can't. I truly freaking love it. But I like to heat it up and really make sure that it is in like my face and it truly blends in. And then I'll go in with a wet beauty blender on top just to smoothen it out fully. And that's my little flawless base. For the powder, going in with the Huda Beauty one in the shade Pound Cake. Cult favorite for a reason. Looks so good and works great. Next up, I'm gonna do my eye makeup. These 2 pictures are the references minus the rhinestone. I'm trying to do a very blue sparkle kind of look. I think blue looks great with my eyes. I pretty much picked out anything blue that was in my makeup drawers. I have the NYX Ultimate palette. I'll probably use this shade. Along with that, I have 3 different blues for pencils. I don't know what I'm going to use when, but that's how I'm going to try and create this makeup look. The next question I got is, what is your ideal guy for dating? Okay, so my ideal type. I feel this question is something I love to answer, but I also think twice about. But I think there are a lot of qualities that I want in my partner. And of course, you can want a lot of things in life, but you can't have it all. So there is definitely scope for a lot of compromise, I believe, but also certain things that just aren't like, you know, even on the table. I want the person to be kind. I want the person to love what they do, to love themselves. And I'm not saying fully to the end of the earth, because I don't think anybody on planet Earth has reached that point where they have loved themselves completely. But I want them to be aware. You know, self-awareness is pretty important. I think I want somebody who I can grow with. And I don't mean grow old, but grow as a person. I want to have those 2 a.m. stupid midnight conversations where I can talk about life, soul, earth. I also want somebody who can travel with me. I love freaking traveling. I think, like, I've not been to a lot of places, but to how many other places I've been, I think I've figured out that I love to travel. So maybe somebody I can travel with. I think I'd really enjoy that. And I also think I want someone whose life is not consumed by me, but I am a recurring thought. In terms of not ki, oh, usne khana khaya hoga. No. But in terms of, Tarni said she really likes this particular thing, and that thing comes across you, and then you you know, like I have an addiction of socks, okay? It's a very random thing. I have so many different kind of weird girl socks all over in my sock drawer. And if you see like a cute sock and you pick it up and you get it for me, you could be dating tomorrow. Just kidding. I have a very weird kind of type. I don't think, I mean, physically, if you ask, then I think somebody who's taller, I think that's every girl's dream. Anybody who's like shouts, this, oh God, I can't handle voice over a certain decibel. I really can't. It really scares the living shit out of me. But yeah, that's I think my ideal type. I think I just listed so many things by saying no compromise. But like, I mean, of course, every girl has a list. They have a list. If you think they don't, they do. Anyway, moving on to the next question. Somebody just asked me, how are you so full of life always? Girl. I wish the answer to that was, I'm just like that. It truly isn't. I think it requires a shit ton of self-awareness and a shit ton of love for thyself. And I'm not gonna say I miraculously reached here, because I did not. It's taken a lot more, and I'm not saying I'm always full of life, but I've worked my way to be in a position where I can say that I love where I am and I love my life. And to be here was not easy. I think I've been through my, you know, fair share of ups and downs like everybody else, so I'm not special. You know, when they say be the main character of your life and you take it so like, haha, theek hai, everybody says it, just means that, you know how every main character in any movie or anything is working towards themselves, is working to bring what their dream to life. I think that's what it means. Like, romanticize everything in your life, but it's to work towards your dreams, your passions, your views in life and things you want to do, rather than being the side character who's, you know, usually the life lesson who you look at and you're like, okay, I want to improve this about my life. So yeah, I think just that mindset of constantly wanting to achieve, you know, my goals, because I've seen that part where I have gotten something that I really wanted and I saw how happy that made me, and I saw how full of life I was after that, and I just really did not want to let go of that feeling. So now I constantly keep trying to do things that help me get into that zone, whether it's the tiniest things like buying flowers for myself, to the big things where, you know, it's like investing into this house, maybe, you know, which I'm living in currently. Invest, like it's on rent, but you know, just the fact that I did this for myself really makes me happy. Like, I know that I can make myself happy, and I just try to find different things that can help me be happy. So yeah, that's how I guess you can say. But yeah, there are a lot of times I fail too, so it's not like I'm always full of life, but I try, and I think that's what matters. I think as long as you're trying, you're good to go. Okay, this is the base eye makeup I've done. I'm using this holographic blue purple eyeshadow from Nuvani. It's an Instagram brand. It's in the shade Star Glaze, and it just looks so freaking pretty. It's just adding that subtle shine, giving me almost like a wet look, and I really, really love that. I always like using my finger so that the glitter really sticks to my eyeshadow and stays there. Well, there's just two things that I always ensure I do no matter what. One thing is to line my lower lash line with either a nude or a white liner. Right now I'm doing a nude liner because I don't want to attract too much attention. But just your lower waterline, it just makes it more clean and makes your eyes look bigger, which I really love. I don't know if you see a major difference on camera, but in real life my eyes just look bigger. And the other tip is to always line the upper lash line with a kajal, so it's again a full look. For the liner, being a basic little girl and using the Maybelline Colossal, it just works. I don't need to replace it because it's just so good, and you just don't need to. You don't need to do anything to it. Just use this one if you have it, or get it. It's super affordable and it works great. Always works. Next, for my eyelashes, because it's a very, very long night, I'm using this YSL one. I'm going a little luxury, but I really love it. It looks so good on me, and if you want a more affordable option, then you can always use the Maybelline Colossal. It's also a really, really great one. But if you are really looking to invest in a luxury makeup product, this YSL mascara is it. Somebody asked me what's the best advice you've received. And till date, I think I say this to everybody. There's somebody called Nikhil Taneja, and he is a co-founder of Yuva, and somebody who's acquainted with Instagram would probably see Yuva posts here and there. And he also has a podcast called Be a Man Yaar, which you should definitely watch if you haven't. And he said, you don't always have to be the smartest person in the room. Sometimes all you need to be is the nicest person in the room. And oh God, that advice has hit me so beautifully. I can't even tell you. It's literally something I have started living by. if I am nice in a room, even if I was not the smartest, I will walk out being the happiest because I was just nice, and being nice goes a really, 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 really long way. This is that one advice that I would really request everybody to live by. I think it's just some beautiful advice that will never fail you. So this is what the eyes look like. I really like them. I think it's a very amateur makeup look, but it's good. For my blush, I'm gonna use this Maybelline Fit Me one in the shade 50 Revolutionary. It just really works well for me. I think I'm suggesting a lot of Maybelline products, but it's truly because they work so good and they're so affordable. And I'm just gonna dab it all over. The next question I received is, what do you do when you and your best friend both like the same guy? I have, God bless, never been in this situation in my life, and I am so grateful because I do not want to be in this situation ever. But hypothetically, if I ended up liking the same guy as my best friend, it will all depend on who liked him first, to be honest. Did I start developing feelings after she started talking to me and telling me about how great of a guy he is? Or, you know, did I like him first and then I realized that she likes him too? First off, a boy doesn't deserve that much attention. Like, truly. Second off, I would really suggest that y'all sit down and have a chat, and I know that feels so weird and so stressful, and it probably would be and probably will be, but trust me, that friendship is not worth breaking over a boy. Girlies, do not do that. We do not do that. But again, take my advice as 2 cents. Do not live by this advice. It's just me talking. It's my thought, my life, and my values that are giving this advice. Your life, your values, your beliefs will be different. But if it helps, it helps. And I'll be really glad if it helps. And let me know if it did. And let me know if there's any other drama also, because I like to indulge in it as long as it's not mine. Next up, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of highlight, and I have the MAC Cosmetics Soft and Gentle Highlight. I really love it. It's actually a cult favorite. A lot of people love it. Very pigmented and very great. I apply it with my hands because I always apply my highlighter with my hands, and I just go in on the top of my cheekbone, blend it in all over. So do not fix your makeup routine if it's not broken. Use what you like, and if you find a new product along the way when you're trying and testing it out, then great. But do not keep changing your makeup routine if it's not needed. That's what I live by. Okay, now let's move on to the lips, something you always wait for, and then I'll answer the rest of your questions. You will think this is sponsored because I've spoken about Maybelline products so much. And yes, they do send it to me for different ad campaigns that I do, but then this is also proof that I use it on a daily basis. So I hope y'all like that. But the Maybelline Vinyl Ink lipstick, I've spoken about this way too much and I really love it. I really like this shade. It looks so good. And here's a little trick to make sure that it truly stays on your lips, because it does. Always shake it, because there's a formula which activates it to ensure that you get that glossy finish and you know, it stays on your lips for longer. Also using the Huda Beauty 2.0 lip liner, which is in the shade warm brown, looks really good. Also has like a fake pencil, so you can sharpen it if you want to, but you don't have to, because it moves up with this thing, which I really like, because I was tired of wasting product while sharpening my lip liners. So just go in like that. I think all my life I've had pigmented lips. I've never been too insecure of it. I don't think I've ever been able to, like, you know, worried about hiding it or something, but I just truly love lipsticks. They make my lips look like I have fillers, even though I don't. I love that. Anyway, so I take it as a compliment every time or anytime somebody says, oh, do you have fillers? And I'm like, huh, yeah, no. Anyway, moving in with the lipstick, always shake it, let it activate. Make sure you get enough product. Just go in and apply your coat. Just look at that freaking shade. So flawless. And do not like purse your lips together. Put it like this and just let it dry. No matter what your instincts tell you, do not purse your lips together if you want that shiny look to last for long. Done. I'm not gonna purse my lips together. I'm gonna keep them like this to ensure that this glossy look lasts till the end. And that's the trick. I feel like y'all think that, you know, it doesn't stay for long because everyone is so used to pursing their lips, but with this formula you're not supposed to. And to finish off my makeup look, I'm going in with my favorite setting spray. It's been this Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury. It also has a travel size product that you can get. So if you do not want to get the full one because it is expensive, you can always go in with the trial kit and see if it works for you. And if it does, then you can think about investing the higher end. Anyway, while this dries, let me take up the rest of your questions. Do you think your career is sustainable? Like 10 to 15 years down the line, would this be making you as much money? To be honest, I haven't thought about 10 years down the line, but I do believe I will still be making as much money, and here's why I believe that. Content creation right now is paying me a lot more than a regular job that I would get as a 21-year-old who's done a marketing degree. So that's one. So all the money I get, I do not spend it all. I invest almost 80% of it and just use 20% for my maybe travel or expenses and stuff that I have. So a lot of it is actually going into investing, and I also pay rent for this house, so that is the expenses. Apart from that, I'm also developing a bunch load of skill sets. I would say I'm developing a marketing skill set, I'm developing a sales skill set. I'm also, since I edit my own videos, I'm becoming like a video editor and developing those skills. I think on the other end, I'm also learning more about styling and presenting because that is a part of my job. Then you're developing a lot of skills that if not now, then further on later you can monetize. And also the fact that I love making videos and I love videography. Maybe later on I will take it up as an actual career and do direction. You never know. So I feel one thing that content creation does is that it opens up a lot of avenues, and since you're at the job, present there, meeting a lot of brands, you can actually turn it into pure revenue later by experimenting with them because you have so many contacts in the industry. You never know. But yeah, I think it'll sustain, and I believe that it'll sustain. And yeah, it's something I love, and if I can make money and make a living out of it, then I'm gonna keep doing it for as long as I can. How did you become so confident in front of camera when you were not initially? I'm an introvert. Well, I think I've had this thing since I was a child. I used to love watching shows, and I used to watch all these cooking shows with my mom. And I had this thing where I would have an imaginary radio show, imaginary TV show, imaginary TED Talk. So if I was ever cooking, and I used to love making desserts, they were like the wackiest things. That was basically chocolate mixed with chocolate mixed with biscuit. And when I was doing that though, I would explain every step. So it's like, now I'm taking flour and mixing it with sugar, and I'm taking some coconut and I'm grating it with chocolate. I used to just explain every step, and I just got so used to talking to nothing that when you put a camera in front of me, it was very easy to do. Unconscious practice that I've been doing over the years, and this actually happened when I was between I think 8 to 15 years. So that's a lot of time, number one. Number two is that's the stage where you are developing confidence, and I think I got a lot, especially when I was alone in a room. So it was very easy for me to just sit in front of a camera and talk. So yeah, I think that, and I still get stage fright sometimes because I'm always worried, what if I say something wrong? But I'm working on that by just telling myself that even if I say something wrong, it's not going to be the end of the world. Believe in yourself, and I think you've got it. Next question was, what's the one thing that makes you do the work even if you have no mood to? There are multiple motivators. Number one that's been keeping me motivated right now is that I really want to build a good profile, whether it comes to Instagram or YouTube. And by good, I don't mean like pretty looking content. I mean content that is adding value, or content that is actually entertaining, content that has quality. And I also write, I journal a lot. So I constantly keep going back to the feeling of how I felt when I wasn't achieving these little things on my profile versus how I felt when I was, and I could see the comparison in my feelings. And just constantly reminding myself of how good I would feel if I do this, if I work hard, if I shoot this particular content piece today, and if I organize myself, how great I would feel later on. Number two, a motivator which will always be there is money. In the future, there would be a monetary conversion of it, which in return would help me achieve my dreams and my goals, whether it's travel, whether it's saving up, whether it's, those little materialistic things, or even spiritual things that will just make me feel more fulfilled. I think all of that combined really keeps me going. So yeah, and that's it for the Q&A. There were a lot more questions, and I think I will soon enough answer them all. I'm really excited actually. I really love doing this. This is the final look. This is how I am going to my concert. It's a very focused on eye makeup look, which is something I don't do that often, but I'm really excited to go out like this and see what everybody has to say. So yeah, and my hair also looks pretty, so that adds on to it. But this is it. This was the video. I really hope you liked it, and if you did, please make sure to like, share and subscribe, because that always helps, and I'm really going to be back on YouTube, so I'm so excited for you to see everything that I have for you. And yeah, that's it for the video. Keep loving, keep living, and yeah, I hope you had a great day, and keep that smile on your face because you look beautiful. Okay, bye. I'll see you right here real soon.